So I'm going to do this as a preview video. I haven't really done this before. I did once about a year ago, decide I was going to actually do a video of my previous racing. Was at a race, going to a race course, and with my problem on the phone, realised I need to look at the horses on the phone while talking to the phone at the same time, which wasn't actually possible. So I live in Newcastle, in Jesmond, as I often say. I'm a slightly posh part of Newcastle, and I lived here since I was 6, but my parents are from the North East, is why I don't have any, so I said Newcastle correctly, and that's about it. So another time to Fighting Swift is the only race meeting I actually go to regularly. I only missed it a couple of times after 2 years. Once I went to, because what was the final year for Hennessy, as it was then called, in Newbury, and once because generally someone I knew was doing a talk on urban development basically in Newcastle. I think it was that, and I fancied going to it actually, and it clashed with the race meeting, and once I missed 50 races for a very interesting talk. Someone who on the abolitionist Frederick Douglass, and I had to miss the first 2 races. They always tend to be quite a minor races. So you've got 7 races. As ever, I see this in my race. I always annoyed with Newcastle racecourse, it seems, and also sometimes with a Arena Racing Company, that the going currently a minute is good to soft, and it certainly isn't. I mean, I was in Newcastle today for a couple of things. I mean, in North East, it's winning pretty badly, but Newcastle haven't updated the going since 8 o'clock this morning, well as in Friday morning. And it's not very helpful. I have no idea what the going's going to be. It's apparently really heavy rain, for especially till the end of the meeting, a bit early on, because it starts at 11:42. If you don't know why it starts at 11:42. This time of year, especially after the clocks change, it's because the time a race needs to take place in the light basically, especially over jumps, not around where the flat's different, and it has to start and end earlier. So if they early start 11:42, I'm just trying to think what the time is, about 3:15 the last race here. Just having a little check on that. So time 3:15. So I said. So we've got 7 races here. Race 1, I've got 2 on the shortlist here, Gaelic Wolf and Parchment Park. Now, figures I'm going to put here, and also there's 6 things listed down there, which are ratings, course, stiff, going, distance, jumping. Course is just basically a record out of course. If I am unlikely to eliminate a horse if it's or at least even an X, so we say. Sometimes, as you can see in a couple of race 3 and race 4, there's not actually a horse actually no horse passes everything, but it's sometimes a horse who fares the least. Pass it against him. So I'll have a mark against the horse on the back record at the course. What I mean by that is Newcastle wouldn't count flat racing for the jumps and vice versa. I would though count hurdle form for national hunt and chase form though as an X. Stiff is on a form. I've got to win on a stiff track. That includes actually I count course form as well. So as Newcastle, I class the stiff track anyway. So as a Kelso though, I would actually class it really. I would actually class a course win. I don't think courses are useful as equivalent to a stiff win. The stiff courses I have listed are Aintree, let's think of Cheltenham, Chepstow, Newbury, Warwick, not Warwick, don't mean Warwick at all, Wetherby, I mean Sandown, 1 or 2 others, I'm sorry, like in France, or Toy, and in Ireland, Leopardstown, Punchestown, Nascent, Navan, and Ferryhouse. I think we might have missed some off. I mean, both in Marlborough. Well, no national course. I don't class the stiff anymore at all. I still class the Marlborough course as stiff. Going is similar going. I don't know what's going to be though. Do you have a going win? I decided that as wins on soft or heavy will count. I think every horse probably was on the soft also. There's no horse thing was on heavy had one on soft. But it's a real problem. It could be heavy ground. I don't know. If I knew it was soft ground now, I'd probably say it'd be heavy ground tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Distance is obvious. Jumps, I will class within a furlong, so we say. So between 2 miles race, I'll class anything on a 2 mile 1 up to 2 mile 1, and a 3 mile race, I'll class from 2 mile 7 to 3 mile 1 as a pass. Jumping, I allow 10% falls basically in specific disciplines. I don't, for hurdles, don't count chase, and for chase, I don't count hurdles. I don't count brought down, and I always check in comments in running and make sure anything where the horse will be unlucky, like to be hampered or something, I ignore that race. So horses ran 20 times, 2 falls is okay, 3 falls isn't, and 2 falls 19 also isn't. So you've got to say, and also here I'm rating with 182, which both happen to be Walkman Park. Sire, do Van Sire, and also I know where you're thinking Sire as well now, and I will just notice that was myself a back horse as well. So I kept the best in jumping the best sire. This is a situation where I really can't count ratings particularly. So here count the sire, that's 182 each, and then the dam, there's 107, 118, and the rating of 117, and a horse that won the hurdles before. And I found the park slightly better there, and I think he just fancy horse the odds a bit more. Hello Judge simply is the only qualifier, same we get on George. Well, actually the rating failed, I'm saying actually the horse is 15 away from the top rated, but he only, and so he fails 2 fees, but everyone else fails more than 2. The next race, Tommy Bow, Use Some Go, Val Bucks, the big break, all those qualify. Well, at least we have one fail, but everyone else has more than one fail. And the Golden Val Bucks fair, the rating, I did such, I think 1 or 2 of them, I'd say it was Tommy Bow, Use Some Girl, I think Tommy Bow just seems to have no form outside or outside gaff tracks. I think it was Tommy Bow. I just have to make sure about this one. Who liked to win at Cartmel recently? Is it Tommy Bow? One of the ones I was looking at, a qualifier who seems to yes, there's that one. Whose wins are Cartmel, Fontville, Sedgefield, Stratford, and Abbott, Plumpton, Fakenham, Fakenham again, Hexham and Plumpton. Basically, you might as well go around with something saying the horse is only one on gaff tracks, because that's basically what it is, and no form of stiff track. That was a little short and unlike against the other 2 odds, but again, ratings about the same. So those 3 of the 3, I think odds are a bit short to consider. So it's between the other 3, and I'm going to go for $5. Here I'm going for a Champ Hurdle and a Golden Ace. Constitution Hill does not qualify simply because the horse has now fallen twice and has not, and only I think it would check there's 13 races of hurdles. That therefore gives the horse, knocks the horse out. I did make a hilarious joke, well, no one seemed to like Peter hardly or notice. An old pun wrestling that his last 3 ones have had 2 falls and a submission. I love horse, I think he's fantastic horse, and his win at hurdle was fantastic. But it's coming a bit like another older book of Forheen, which basically is a war. Someone hit one that's maybe unkind, but it's, he's had that 1 win, and that's not much else, in terms of challenge, at least some hurdle. And, he could win hurdle, but it's a 3-year gap. Henderson, I think, is a great trainer. He got with the Sacco back off the 3-year gap, run another champion chase. He can get Constitutional back. So, frankly, he does well tomorrow. I think he should retire. I think Buckley and Henderson should retire him. He has to. I think unless he was in decent performance. I didn't see a Punchdown race. I saw the other 2, his Champ Hurdle one and his four-day entry. But if he was like he did at Punchdown, it's just might as well just say, I'm sorry, it's all over. And there were 2 horses, Golden Ace does high odds and also slightly better rated. I use Racing Post ratings, said, thank you, don't have the ability to do my own ratings. And I'm thinking, well, I use yours because I don't have the ability. I don't have the I could try and do my own ratings, but take an age. It's a bit a full-time job probably to do it, take it seriously, and I'm not sure I'll be good enough anyway. Next, and my last 2 races, I'm going to Serious Operator, hang on in there, simply looking at the rating, I care ratings and the odds, and those 2 of the 2 horses I think of are value there.